Welcome to the Point 101. I'm your host, Gail, and today we're diving deep into a topic that touches the heart of every parent and guardian: God's promises for our children. Join me. Hello, everyone. It is Sister Sledge and my little brother, Sweet Lips, the sweetest
Hello,
lips in the
everyone.
West.
Welcome to Spuds on the Game.
Yeah, we hocus pocus and we disappeared today. But you can hear us, so you know that what we are here, and we're here to continue on feeding you all this knowledge and helping being part of the village people. Who loves you more than Auntie Sledge and Uncle Sweet Lips? Hey, we're gonna get
Yes,
it right.
we
We're gonna get
do.
it right. And by the way, we want to know, where is our invitation? Like, how you going to have Thanksgiving without us at the table? So now we're going to have to come and do us a Thanksgiving special live because no one invited us into their homes for Thanksgiving. What's going on here? What kind of love is this?
Yeah, what kind of love is this? No one invited us. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Why we ain't coming?
But that's okay, because we're not inviting you to our place either.
Nope.
But when it's all said and done, look at here. Just enjoy your family, okay? Just enjoy
Yes,
it.
enjoy your
Just
family
enjoy
as
it.
much as you can. Enjoy your family.
Yeah, enjoy
No
it.
one's promised tomorrow. You got blessings every time you wake up. Enjoy them.
Right. And then the ones that you're not speaking to, wish them all well. Wish them well,
Yep.
okay?
Yep.
Don't go begging on their door because it's not like they're going to let you in anyway.
You got about that.
They said keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Come back tomorrow and try it again. Ooh. All right. So now that we got that out the way, so we're going to continue where we left off at act, don't talk. Okay. Sometimes we do a lot of talking and we don't have no action behind those words, and no one's taking us serious, not even ourselves.
Right
But let
about
me
that.
just add this. Let me just add this too. You know, act and don't talk when it comes down to your children. And that needs to be in a relationship also. Stop talking about what you're going to do and do it. Because even that falls on deaf ear that, well, the next time and the next time and the next time and the next time. And it was so many times you ran out of times.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so let's read a little more. Reading is fundamental, okay? Let's read a little bit. So act, don't talk. Another variation on the decide what you will do method of parenting is acting instead of talking. Listen to yourself one day. You might be amazed how many useless words you say. Or listen to parents bargaining with their kids at the grocery store, begging them at the department store, nagging them at the park, and explaining endlessly to them when it's time to move from point A to point B. Over 75% of the problems parents have with young children would probably disappear if parents talk less and act more. Children tune parents out because parents talk too much. You better believe it. You better believe that part. That part right there, I agree with. You be talking until you blue in the face, and they just be looking at you with that, I wish she would shut up look.
Mm-hmm.
Or they done tuned you out and started either looking at the TV, scrolling on their phones, or just plain simply just lay down and go to sleep while you're talking. Because they've heard it all before. Now, this parenting by words, do this, do that, don't do this, do that. It is a way parents mistakenly turn power over to their children who tune them out and don't do a thing they say. Do you understand that? You turn the power over to that. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna just get my kids, shrink them down, and redo this. Uh, now, these parents then label their children as disobedient instead of acknowledging that they themselves are not using effective parenting skills. To understand that. And that is so true. We are ready to label them. We'll label our children before we label ourselves and get mad when someone comes to label us. It is perfectly okay to take children by the hand and start walking or lifting them up and carry them to bed or set them in the tub. Let me just read this carefully because I want to know why you're putting them in the tub. To set them in the tub when they are having a fit about taking a bath. It is disrespectful to yell, nag, lecture, beg, order, and threaten. Giving up, counting to 3, just zip your eyes and act. So you hear that. So all the parents that's doing that, 1, 2, 3, 4, you will get to 100 before that child will do exactly what you ask them to do. So give up counting to 3. Just zip your lips and act. You'll be amazed at the results. If you decide to act more and talk less, your children will begin to notice the difference. Instead of asking your children to be quiet over and over, you can try waiting quietly for them to give you their. If children are fighting over a toy, quietly remove it and put it where they can't reach it. That makes so much sense instead of trying to act like you watching a fight club to see who's going to win the toy. Just take the toy. Instead of asking your children to be quiet over and over, you can try quietly, waiting for them quietly for them to give you their attention. If children are fighting over a toy, I said that, you don't need to say a word for them to get the idea that they can have that toy back when they stop fighting over it. If your child is banging his fork on the table or reaching for an object you don't want that child to have, ask the child to stop once. If the child persists, remove the object instead of repeating yourself. That makes a lot of sense. Because how many times do we do that? And they're banging something or doing something and we go, stop. Don't do it again. Didn't I tell you to stop? I'm not going to keep telling you to stop, but it seems like you are. Just remove it. Here's the biggest parenting by words mistake. Asking your children if they would like to do something that you know they need to do. Oh, guys, let's venture into this because this is a big mistake right here. Now, you've done it and you've heard it from other parents. Would you like to buckle up your seatbelt? Would you like to come to dinner? Would you like to make your bed? The answer is usually no, no, and no. To avoid this problem, say instead, it's time to buckle your seatbelt. It's dinner time. We make our beds before we leave the house. Thursday is the day we wash our sheets. Here's what we need to do. We pick up the dishes and bring them to the dishwasher when we're done eating. If you practice talking to your children this way when they are young, there are many things that they will accept as a way of doing things in their family. I believe that's true. Now, why would you ask them to buckle up their seatbelt if you know? Like, do you want to buckle your seatbelt? No, you know they need to buckle the seatbelts before you pull off. So why give them that option? You know, like, do you want to eat dinner? No, I prepared your dinner and now it's time to eat. Giving them options that they don't need to have. This is very helpful. You guys, I'm telling you, when we're done, we better see some stars, blue moons, green stars, purple clovers. We better be seeing it all. Now, another act, don't talk tip, is to make sure you are in the same room before you make requests of children. If you can see the whites of their eyes and establish eye contact with them, you have a better chance of getting through. You have to get their attention before children can hear what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And isn't that true? You have to look them in the eye. You have to get that eye-to-eye contact. As a matter of fact, sometime with the younger ones, you really do have to come down to their level and get that eye-to-eye contact. So I believe that action is a great tool for this. Notice how much quicker you can get results if you stand up or move towards your child while you are talking instead of sitting in the armchair yelling instructions from across the room. Whoa. How many of us is guilty of that? Because that's what we do. We can be sitting in another room and yelling something. Make sure you do this and make sure you do that. But if you bring them right to you, face to face, looking them in the eye, and then asking them, do you understand? I find myself doing that a lot lately because I've been doing that. Like I would be sitting there saying, Thief, put on your shoes. But I'm sitting behind the desk and he's in the other living room or he's in the kitchen or he's somewhere in the hallway. And then I'll find myself. Didn't I say, put on your shoe, get your shoe, put on your shoe, put on your shoe, put on your shoe. And to the point that I have to get up, take the tablet away and stand there and say, now put your shoes on. But I could have avoided all of that had I just called them to me and had him get the shoe and put it on while I was just sitting there. We're learning.
Yes, we are.
Use follow through. Follow through can greatly reduce frustration and conflicts with children while teaching them many valuable life skills. Follow through is a form of action and a powerful way to get your children to listen and cooperate. When you use follow through, you are being extremely proactive as a parent. Here's how follow through works. Instead of jumping into the middle of a problem, you watch for the patterns, then pick your battles. And remember, I always said you have to pick and choose your battles. Not everything is a battle. Now, when you decide you are ready to improve a situation, follow these steps. Okay, now we're going to give you the steps. It's 6 steps. Follow them. If you need to write this down when you rewatch this, write them down, okay? Don't be one of those parents that, oh, I don't know, I forgot. Write them down, okay? So here's the first step. Give the matter your full attention. The second step, acknowledge your child's feelings and grant the child his wish in fantasy. I wish we could give you what you want. Hey, but I bet it'll work. I bet it will work. I wish we can give you what you want. The third one, tell your child what to do instead of what not to do. That makes a lot of sense. Like we're so focused on the negative that we start with the negative and really either we never touch the positive or we bring the positive after the negative. So I think that right there is a biggie. The fourth thing, work out a solution with your child's help. The fifth, Say how you feel and set your limit. And the 6, follow through with action. So here's an example of a follow through. Shelly bugged her mom every time she tried to talk on the phone, even though her mom gave her a turn to talk to the caller. Shelly persisted in begging to talk more, or longer. And if she couldn't, she'd pinch, bite, and hit her mother. No. Do you remember that back in the day when you read on the phone and then you let your child say hi and all of a sudden they want to take over your whole call?
Yeah.
Yes. So Shelley persisted, begging to talk more or longer, and if she couldn't, she'd pinch, bite, and hit her mother. Mom decided to give the matter her full attention since the problem was reoccurring. She thought about the choices she could follow through on. She picked a time when there was no phone calls and said to Shelley, I know you wish you could have my attention or talk to me or talk to the people who call here. I understand, and I wish you could talk as long as you like, but that's not always possible. Then she asked Shelley if she had any suggestions of how to be more helpful when mom needed to talk uninterrupted. Shelley said, I want to talk and I don't want you to talk instead of playing with me. Once mom said, I understand how you feel, but here's what we need to do. When I answer the phone, I'll let you know if it's someone you can talk to. If it's not, please color in your book or play with your Legos until I am off the phone. I know it might be hard to wait, but I have faith that you can do it and help me out so I can finish my calls. I feel upset when I'm trying to talk to someone and I can't concentrate because you want my attention. To me, that should work because a lot of times you can be talking to someone on the other line and you can hear their kids out of control. But that is so true. Now, if you explain, hey, look, I am going to get a phone call. When I take this phone call, you need to get your coloring book or, go play. Go play. When I'm done with my call, then, whatever you need from me, I can provide it for you. But then, that still comes down to not spending an equal amount of time with your children. Because if you're brushing them to the side from the time they wake up to the time they're going to bed, of course, whenever you take a phone call, you're doing something, they're going to look for your attention. They've been looking for your attention all day. And so now that you're still, by taking this phone call, now they're trying to demand your attention. But if you provide that attention in the beginning, they would not be hungry for that attention in the end. And if you break it down simply, when I am on the call, I do expect you to be quiet. You can go in your room and play. If I leave you here and I walk away, do not come back and interrupt me. Because then the follow-through action would be, if you do it, then I'm going to give you a timeout. And then you have to follow through with that timeout. And even if it meant when I get off this call, you're going into a timeout. Because if you don't follow through, that means each and every time you're on the phone having a conversation, could be something important, that child will continue to interrupt and disrupt that conversation. Then mom told Shelley exactly what would happen and set her limit. Shelley, if it's too hard for you to wait, I understand. but I need to feel safe while I'm on the phone. If I don't feel safe because you are biting or hitting me, I'll take the phone out on the deck and finish my. Okay, so sometimes this here way work. Um, since I just had some other thoughts, like, yeah, it's 1 minute for one thing for you to be calling out, but you biting and hitting me. Huh. Anyways, let's go according to the book. So guys, this is what I really want to say. Nip that in the bud in the beginning. Nip it in the bud in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All that you hitting me and you biting me, nip that in the bud in the beginning. Like, that's the one thing you should not allow your child to get away with at any time, hitting and biting.
I
Because
agree.
when you allow it, they go outside their door and they do the same thing to other adults and children. So with that hitting and biting mess, do not set your child up for failure. Now, but they want us to just this here person said that they would have to take the call out on the deck. Now, the next time the phone rang, Mom did exactly as she said she would. She asked the caller to hold on for a minute, told Shelly that this wasn't a call for her. She walked Shelly to her Legos and then proceeded with her call. When Shelly approached, yelling, "I want to talk," Mom stepped out onto the deck with the phone and talked while she held the door shut. Okay, so that's a lot. That's a lot going on there. That's a lot going on there. And the sad part about it is that you're holding the door. So really, you're being distracted anyway with your call, because now you're holding the door and this child is screaming and you're trying to talk and hold, like, all of that. Honey, I got one more hold on for a minute because you're going to bed. You're going to bed because any which way you trying to get out the door and you screaming, you're still disruptive. And this is where people tend to differ. Their opinions differ. Like, I'm not doing that extra stepping out on the deck. I'm not about to be holding this door because you want to get out here. Like, after I spoke to you the first time, the second time I have to follow through and you have to go to bed. And I think that this is the problem that the single parents run, because if you're in a relationship and it's a 2-parent household, then you can always call the other parent to get that child.
Yeah, double team.
Yeah. Now, what does the child learn? She learns that you mean what you say and that you respect yourself and her. She learns that she can be cooperative and responsible. She learned that it is okay to feel frustrated, but that she can't always have her way. She learns give and take. Many adults will ask why a smack on the butt. Many adults will ask why a smack on the butt won't be easier and as effective. While punishment may solve the problem in the moment, it doesn't teach any of the skills that follow through does, and it's abusive and disrespectful. When children are punished, they feel mad or guilty. When they feel guilty, they may develop the belief, I am bad. When they feel mad, they may develop the belief, I'll show you. This is not what parents want their children to learn just because punishment is quicker. I kind of feel that. I can feel that. What about you, sweet lips?
Of course you can. I knew you was gonna say that.
Oh, shut up. But I can feel that. I can feel that. And that's really understandable, because what you're saying to your child at that moment they start to believe, you know what I mean? Especially when you're bad, oh, you're so bad, you're horrible, you're this and you're that. You know what I mean? They start to believe that about themselves. So I think that using other methods before you get to that point, that you should try first, avoiding that smackaroonie. You know what I mean? I think you should avoid that. You don't think so, Sweet Lips?
Depends on the kid. You know how Sweet Lips thinks. All depend on the kid.
And I agree, and I have to grant you that it does. It really, really, really do depend on the kid. But like I said, a lot of things, if you nip it in the bud in the beginning in a positive way, it should not take a turn for the worse in the negative way.
That's true.
Nip some of that in the bud. Start applying some of these techniques in the beginning and trying to understand and, you know, try to figure out why do you need to interrupt me every time I'm on the phone? If it's attention that you're looking for, then we need to provide them with that attention. Well, we should be doing that anyway. We should be doing that anyway. And then you just move on to our conversations like, hey, I'm expecting a call, so go ahead and get your crayons. But honey, I say leave them in the room because I don't need to be in the same room with you when I'm taking a call anyway. So go to your room and, you know what I mean, watch some TV, you know, color in your book. Do the things that you like to do until I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And even if it's, you know what, go ahead and play a video game. And when I'm done, then we can get back to, you know, whatever it is, where we left off, whatever it was that we were doing. So, guys, so that was our act, don't talk, and use follow through. So tomorrow, there's always tomorrow.
Always tomorrow.
We will read Replace Punishment with Information and Opportunities to Learn from Mistakes. I'm excited about that one. Replace punishment. Sweet Lips, leave me alone. So tomorrow we will cover Replace Punishment with Information and Opportunities to Learn from Mistakes. And we will cover Improve Your Communication Skills. And that's something that we all need to do. We don't need to just do it with our children. We need to do it in our relationships.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. We need to do it with ourselves.
We need to do it. And that's why, for those who joined us yesterday, we said, make the changes within yourself. You have to change instead of always looking for your child to change because they're learning from you. So it is Sweet Lips and Sister Sledge, and that is our reading for Positive Discipline today. And we cut it down because, you know, like the longer it goes on, the less likely, you know, some of our favorites with an attention disorder, you know, you just can't go past, you know, anything past 30 minutes, it's really like pulling a lot. So I just figured that if we cut it down, then you're more likely to pay attention. Okay. So it is Sledge. It is Auntie Sledge, Uncle Sweet Lips. We are part of the village. We taking care of the children. We're bringing you all of this very informative information. And we are going to help change the way we parent into a more positive way, which will bring out more positivity in your children, and they wouldn't be so angry when they leave the house. So we will see you tomorrow. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to share the video. Do not forget to send stars on To the Point 101 and He First Loved Us. You can do super thanks on YouTube, and you can also do a buy me a coffee. But with all that being said and done, it is Sledge, it is Sweet Lips, and we are out of here.